Hi McGowan artists, welcome back to another fun week of art. This week I'm in the mood for hearts and Valentines, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the artist James Goldcrown. James Goldcrown was born in West London, and then he later moved to New York City and now currently lives in Los Angeles, California. He started off being a photographer for magazines, and then he began creating his own artwork with what's called street art. And he, of course, gets permission and he finds like old walls and on the sides of buildings that might be run down or little areas that he thinks might need a little bit of art or some color. And he gets permission and he paints them all a solid color, typically a background of white or black. And he likes to use spray paint and use hearts repeated over and over and over again, as you can see in these images. He likes to just use bright colors and repeat them. Sometimes the hearts are filled in solid, sometimes they're just overlapping. Sometimes he even lets the paint drip a little bit just to make it look a little bit more unique. What I love about his artwork is that none of the hearts are perfect. They're not a perfect pattern, they're kind of random, but they're balanced. And balance in art, if you want to show balance, it doesn't have to be perfectly weighted, but it just has to look like your eye is going to travel through the entire image. Your eye is going to look all the way around the image to make it be balanced. So what we're going to do today is we are going to think about hearts, and February is coming up, so this is perfect. And I'm going to show you two different ways you can create your own James Goldcrown inspired artwork. So I'm going to tilt my camera down here. I am going to let you choose if you want white paper or black paper, whatever you have at home. I'm going to start off with black because I really like the effect that it has. And for this one, I'm going to use oil pastels. Now, if you don't have oil pastels, you could choose crayons that have colors that are lighter than black, like white or light pink. But if you're using black, pastels do work really well. So when you do this, I'm just going to start off with a white one to show you. I'm just going to start off with just a heart. Anywhere on the page, I'm just going to put it right there. And a heart doesn't have to be perfect. It could be pointed on the bottom. If you have it rounded, that's okay. You can even sometimes have them crisscrossed. That's what I love about James Goldcrown's hearts. They're not perfect, and I think that makes it perfect. So I'm going to make some hearts of different sizes all around my paper. I love how white shows up on black paper with pastels. And I can come back later and add more. I'm going to grab a pink. And all I'm doing is I am just going to repeat my hearts over and over again. Different sizes. I'm not even worried too much about making them perfect, like I said. You could even color a few in here and there to make it more unique if you want. Blue. Add a little blue to it and see what happens. And that looks cool. Now also the thing about oil pastels is that you can very easily go on top of each other, but you can do that also if you have crayons. It's fine. But sometimes I like how that looks. It looks like they're linking into each other. I'm going to bring purple on. I think this purple one I'm going to do something. I'm going to go ahead and go over all of these very neatly. I'm not scrabbling. I'm just kind of making it unique by kind of going over them. Overlapping is when you take an image and put another one on top of it. And with this, I'm able to overlap pretty easily. Might even add a little red. I'm just kind of spreading out my color. And This is just a really good start, but I can definitely keep going until I filled my whole page with bright gold crown hearts. So this is one way. I'm going to show you what it's going to look like if I chose to do it on white. So I've got a white paper, and this time instead of pastels, which I could use on that too, I'm just going to use crayons. Most of you have crayons at home. You can also use markers. And I'm going to start off, I'm just going to make a big heart in the middle. And another one. And it doesn't matter how you decide to make your hearts. Sometimes people like to do half and half. Or I even think it's fun if you kind of crisscross the end. It almost looks like a ribbon that was tied. You can make your hearts even longer too if you want, like that. Hearts symbolize love and being kind, which is perfect for this time in our world. It's always good to share kindness and be kind. It makes people feel good. Just walking by one of James Goldcrown's walls would make me happy, just to see the bright, beautiful colors of hearts. So again, also on these two, feel free to color some in if you want, or leave them all open and see how many you can fit on your page by overlapping nice and neat and filling your page with beautiful hearts. You could even try to paint some if you felt like you want to. So here's just two quick examples of white, and I've got one on dark black paper. Both represent James Goldcrown's hearts, and I can't wait to see what you make this week. Please show me a picture, and I will see you next week.